Hello everyone. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my older brother Ben, and then we're going to wrap up that jam session that I've been telling you about, the song Let God Arise. So a little backstory on Ben and I. We both learned to play when we were kids. He was 13, I was 12, and my dad from time to time would pull out the guitar and he would play some tunes that he learned from the 60s when he was a kid, and we asked him one day to just show us how to play guitar, and so he started teaching us some basic chords, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then he taught us a few tunes from the 60s. One of those tunes, which actually is the very first tune that Ben and I learned together, was Little Red Riding Hood by Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. And you can just Google search it. It's kind of a silly little song, but it was fun to learn, and that got both of us started. As we went on, I of course gravitated more towards acoustic guitar, although I did play electric guitar, but I at the time enjoyed acoustic guitar more, and he gravitated towards electric guitar. So that's kind of how we developed over the years, is just I was primarily the acoustic guy and he was primarily the electric guy, and going into the studio, that's kind of how we handled things. We basically played the roles that we've always played throughout our whole life, from childhood all the way through early adulthood up until now. So I'm going to share a little bit about Ben and his work on Let God Arise. Now, before I talk about him playing on Let God Arise, I want to go back in time just a little bit to the Christmas album. And Ben played on a few tunes on that album with me. The first one he did wasn't electric guitar. It was actually the acoustic guitar, and it was on the song "O Little Town of Bethlehem." And out of all of my work, all of my guitar work, acoustic guitar work on all three albums, this is the only song, the only tune where I allow someone else to play the acoustic lead guitar. So on this "O Little Town of Bethlehem" arrangement that I did, I played the lead acoustic guitar on the intro, and then during the main portion of the song, Ben actually is playing the lead acoustic guitar, and then on the end of the song, I play the lead again. So for the majority of that tune, I'm actually playing rhythm guitar, supporting Ben playing the lead guitar. Take a listen, just a short sample of that. So then after that tune, Ben came in and played electric lead guitar on O Come, Emmanuel. And that was actually recorded in the studio with a man named Scott Heibel. I'll tell you a little bit more about him in a little while. But take a listen to this version of O Come, Emmanuel, just a little snippet of Ben's work on that. And then after Ben recorded his part on O Come Emmanuel, in the same session, he and I jumped on the electric lead guitar and we did some dueling electric lead guitars for the tune O Lang Syne. So this isn't where he's taking the lead or I'm taking the lead. We're both sharing the lead and playing together. And that's one of my favorite things to do with Ben. So take a listen to this little sample of O Lang Syne. Then Ben came into the A Light in the Storm album, and he of course played electric lead guitar on Let God Arise, and we'll get to that in just a second. But another song that he came in on was my version of You Are Worthy of My Praise. And on that tune, just like on O Lang Syne, he and I trade off back and forth playing the lead. So listen to a little sample of this and I'll point out to you when it's Ben and when it's me. Take a look. And then at the end of You Are Worthy of My Praise, I do a reprise of I Exalt Thee. Now, if you remember from an earlier episode, I did an acoustic version of I Exalt Thee with my brother Bill. In this tune, I reprise I Exalt Thee in a rock sounding reprise and bring in my brother Ben, and he and I are trading off soloing during that. So take just a quick listen to that. Finally, Ben and I come together on another tune on A Light in the Storm, and the tune that we do another dueling guitar solo, electric guitar solo together, is the tune Before the Throne of God Above. And I do an instrumental rock version of that. So here's just a little sample of Ben and I playing together again on that tune. Take a look. any video footage of Ben and I in the studio or playing together. It's just not something that I ever thought about doing. And when we record, he comes over and we do the recordings on my equipment here. So it's very rare that he actually ends up in the studio. And when I say the studio, I mean the professional studio where you pay money and have them record you there with Clark. The other thing that makes it difficult is I live in Portland, Oregon right now in the Mount Tabor area, and he lives in Terrebonne, Oregon, and that's just north of Redmond. So for him to come all the way over here, it's a 140-mile trek. And so us now getting together and being able to play is really difficult, but not impossible. Ben now is going to be coming in once again on the new album I'm working on, and he is going to be sharing the electric lead guitar solos with me and the guitar parts. So there's actually 4 electric guitars on that tune, and he and I are playing the lead solos together, and I'm doing all of the rhythm work on the electric guitar. So that's actually more like just power chords. But yeah, I can't give you a sample of that one because that one's not released yet, but it will come. Just hang in there, it's coming. You will be seeing a little bit of video footage of him on some of the work I'm doing on the new album, and you will get to see an interview from him. I don't have that right now, but I will have it by the time this series is over, so you can have that to look forward to. So since Ben's my brother, I gotta tease him just a little bit, you know, and there's something that happens to my brother when he's playing guitar that is very interesting to observe. When he starts, when he gets locked and loaded and he starts playing, he gets kind of this glazed look over his face, and once that happens, he no longer can see you, he can no longer hear you. You can try speaking to him, nothing comes back. He just becomes a robot and he's just playing. It's kind of like a computer where when you're trying to run a program that requires a lot of resources from the computer, it shuts down all other functions and devotes all resources to this one function because that is all it's capable of until that function is done. And a similar thing happens with Ben. Once he stops playing, then he can hear, he can see, he can speak. So it's kind of a funny thing about my brother, and I'm sorry, Ben, I just had to tease you and just kind of tell everybody a little bit about that. So one of those things you would only know if you were close to him, but it makes sense because what he pulls off on the guitar is pretty amazing. So I just thought I'd share that. So when I said I don't have any footage of Ben and I in the studio or playing together, that is true. What I do have is some video footage of Ben recording his portion for the Let God Arise video. And that's just like what I did with Bill on the acoustic version of I Exalt Thee. Ben had already recorded his work, and so what he's doing here is we have to capture video so we have something to sync the final mix to. So Ben actually did do the performance, and in this video he's just basically re-demonstrating that performance, and I'm capturing it so we have that footage and have all the musicians for the music video. So take a look at this. Yeah, like it's live, like you're on stage. So Ben did the recording for this tune about a year prior to this music video being filmed. So by that time he had forgotten much of that tune. But he is skilled enough to relearn it as we were shooting. And because I was in the production process for myself and the other 5 musicians on this song, I was intimately familiar with it. So filming Ben's video part was a simple matter of me directing and shooting while Ben followed direction and played his part.
When you get to the end, it's going to be an all stop on the last note. Stop. Cool. I'll tell you when to come in. Not yet. Not yet. This is Mike's bass solo. And when you come in, it's going to be the verse. Okay. It's coming up. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
When I recorded Ben, he actually played 2 parts. He played a clean electric guitar part for this song, and he also played a distorted electric guitar. So we had to film both of his rhythm and lead parts, and then I had to integrate them strategically into the music video.
This is it right here. Get ready for the slowdown. Okay.
So like the other musicians in the breakdown section, Ben has a solo to do. As I mentioned before, he hadn't played this song for about a year from when he recorded it to when we're doing the music video. So he kind of had to relearn it, and it took a few takes for him to find his groove. So let me just show you a little bit of that.
There's still just a couple of things I'm not quite sure how I did it.
Take 3. Okay, ready?
Yep.
1, 2. Oh yeah, that was so good.
I know, and it's stuck. Alright, I'm feeling it. We'll get it on this one.
It looks so good. Alright, take 3 was pretty good. Take 4.
You might be able to splice 3 and 4 if you get a better ending.
Yeah. Go ahead. Here we go.
Right here.
1, 2, 4. Yeah. That's right, I don't got her. Okay, start over.
I got that slide in there that time.
So you're probably wondering, well, gee, why did you stop that take? It looked really good. Well, it's true. Ben was pulling off a really good take on the video there, and all of a sudden, who should walk their big fluffy tail right in the shot? Well, none other than our dog Foxy. Take a look in slow motion. So then when I asked Foxy, well, what do you have to say for yourself? Here's what she has to say. Silly, silly dog. Sadly, she went to doggy heaven back in 2014, just 4 years after we filmed this video, but not without leaving us with some really fun and fond memories, like walking right in the frame in front of the camera during a perfect take. That's just some of the joys of producing music and trying to produce music videos in your living room at home. And that's part of the journey making music. So where were we at now? Oh yeah, take 5.
Take 4 was no good. Take 5. Take 5 no good. Here's take 6. We're on take 7. Take 7.
Kind of screwed up at the end of that one.
Take 8. That's the keeper.
You like that one?
So as you know, Ben and I are both guitarists, and we collaborated to create his solo for the breakdown section of that song. And Ben pulls it off really nicely. So before I show you the whole video all put together, take a look at Ben's performance on the solo section. So just for all the gearheads out there, if you want to know how we produce that electric guitar sound on Let God Arise, the equipment we used was Ben was playing on an Ibanez electric guitar with GHS Boomer number 9 strings, Seymour Duncan pickups, Behringer V amp, Crybaby, or as some would call it, a wah-wah pedal, a Behringer noise condenser, and a Behringer 32 track equalizer. So all of that is what creates that sound. Pretty cool, huh? Ben, I want to say thank you because you're a good brother and it's always been fun playing with you. I love it when we jam on acoustic guitar. I love it when we jam on the electric guitar. I enjoyed our times with Jim and jamming with Bill and anyone else that wanted to play. It's just been it's been a blessing in my life and a privilege to have you as a brother. You're probably one of the most selfless people that I know. I don't know very many people that just so freely give of their time and resources as you do. And so I want to say thank you for who you are, and thanks for playing and joining me on this journey. And I look forward to doing more with you. So God bless you, my friend, my brother. I love you. Now that I have all that in place, I have all the musicians recorded, and just for memory's sake, I'll list them one more time. We got myself on acoustic guitar, rhythm and lead. I also played the bongos. Then we have Michael Gunderson on bass guitar. We got Jim Loftus on the drums. We have my oldest brother, Bill Heston, on the organ keyboards. We have Jean-Pierre Garau playing the piano. And my second oldest brother, Ben Heston, playing on electric guitar. So we have all those instruments recorded, all those performances captured on video, and now I have the ability to edit all of that video together and sync it to the final audio mix so that I can create this music video. So with all that being done, it's finally time to take a look at this finished video with over 100 different camera angles and lots of hours and years of putting together, finally able to have the finished product to show to the people who listen to the music. So I hope you enjoy this music video, and I'll get back to you on the backside.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go for a take here. Here you go.
I hope you enjoyed that video. That's all I have now for this episode. In the next episode, you're going to get to hear from Lisa White and see a little bit about one of the performances that she gave on A Light in the Storm. So I look forward to seeing you next time, and have an awesome, blessed day. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that episode. Real quick, just want to give you some information. If you are looking for these albums, you can find my music on iTunes or Amazon MP3. There's other websites that are available on, but those are the most prominent. You just go into their search engines, you type in Jeremie Heston. My first name is spelled Jeremie, and my last name is spelled Heston. So type those in the search engines and the album should come up and you can download them. They're not very expensive. Also, if you haven't been able to follow every episode of the video series, both season 1 and season 2 are going to be available on YouTube. And you just simply type in Jeremie Heston, My Journey Making Music. And then of course, whatever episode number you're looking for. So for example, Jeremie Heston, My Journey Making Music, episode 1. Type that in and you'll be able to find all of the episodes. Season 1 has 22 episodes, and season 2 I think is going to have 10 or 12 episodes. I'm not sure at this point, but I'll put a little video at the end of those episodes when I get to that. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Thank you for your support, and God bless you.